Cars are fun, man. And this is what I wanted to say about cars. Like, people are like, why do guys become so obsessed with cars? Like, what is it about cars? I really do think it hijacks something in us, some evolutionary thing. There's like a thing in us that recognizes that this is going to get us where we need to go quicker. Even though it's not logical, there's something about an automobile that excites men in particular. They're like the sound of it, like why do girls like guys with nice cars, but girls don't like nice cars? Like girls don't drive Lamborghinis, but they like guys with Lamborghinis.
It's a great point.
It's fucking weird.
You never see even a rich girl with a car like that.
Very rarely. And if they do, they're really probably a lesbian or something.
They're fucked up,
yeah. They're crazy. They're crazy. They do a lot of coke. Something wrong with them.
Great write-off.
Yeah.
Do a lot of coke.
Obviously, this is a generalization if you're a girl who loves those cars. But there's something about it. It's like this guy has the means to get this thing that's hard to get. So that's one of them, right? So he's got the access to money, especially like it's a reckless thing, right? Because he's driving something that's far faster than you need to drive. So that appeals to people too, because there's like this evolutionary thing. It's the same reason why women are attracted to guys who do very risky things, whether it's fighting or even BMX riders or dudes who flip skateboards. There's something about people who take risks because evolutionarily, this is my thought on it. Yeah. Those were the people in the past that were willing to attack the mastodon and kill it, even though it's bigger. And that's how the tribe got fed. Those are the people that were willing to do something where there was a high likelihood that they would get injured or crippled or even dead. And then their genes, because they were risk takers, the ones who survived. Yeah, their genes passed on. So their genes got into the next generation and they became preferable. Those genes became preferable.
And they had glory.
Because also the village survived. Whereas if you were a coward and you're like, I'm going to run away and I'm going to hide and hope somebody else kills the mastodon. No women wanted to fuck that man. They wanted to fuck the guy who killed the mastodon and brought home the meat and everybody ate. So you had to have a level of courage and a level of the ability to take a chance to do something where there was a high likelihood you'd be injured or killed.
And do you think it comes out of like horse ownership too? Like sort of the same thing? A way to get you someplace?
Not as much. The horse thing is like more old timey now. It's like, oh, he's rustic, but I think there's something about automobiles and fast automobiles. It's like, this is a risk taker. This is not just a result. Like it appeals to this idea that these are risk takers. But to men, even if it had nothing to do with women, right? It was nothing to do with like girls looking at that car and go, ooh, he's got a nice car. There's something about cars with men that there's an appeal to the next level of technological innovation. There's like something about a fast car and a difficult car to acquire, a well-engineered car that appeals to us because we think of that thing as like, oh, this is going to push society forward. This is a very difficult thing to acquire and to build. And like, ooh, how did they do that? What are they doing with it? Oh, this is amazing. And it excites something in us that I think it speaks to this weird desire that we have to constantly innovate and to constantly come up with newer, better methods of transportation and of all those kind of things.
Yeah, nobody's lining up to fuck a guy with a Camry.
Nobody. Like, look, he's sensible. Get the fuck out of here.
Nobody likes
your sensible bullshit.
Yeah.
Even if you're a rich guy with a Camry, like if Elon Musk was driving a Camry, people are like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What do you
spit in his face?
Yeah.
You must.
Like I remember Larry David's worth
the Prius, right?
Insane. Yeah, he drove a Prius. He's worth insane amounts of money. But he's so self-deprecating, and that's sort of a part of his whole humor that he like even though he's bald like you and me, he doesn't shave it like we do. He keeps it all fucked up looking
keeps his hair
on the sides on purpose. It's like it's on purpose. It's like it's on purpose to look bad. It's like part of the charm of what he's selling. Like he's selling self-deprecating. Schlub. Exactly. Yeah. That sort of schlubby, like, always messing up, always fucking things up, and there's a lot of comedy in that.
Oh, absolutely. That's how people were like when they started going like Louis has power. I'm like, no, Louis is a schlub. He's just famous. Like he's a fat dork. He just happens to be famous.